Welcome back then everyone to another episode of the Arsenal Football Manager 22 save. Signed a striker, we tried to sign Haaland, it didn't work. So thank you once again for joining me with another episode on this Arsenal save. If you are new round here, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. We're sitting on 58 subscribers. Our next aim is to hit that 100 mark. So if you are enjoying the content, feel free to subscribe. Uploads of this Arsenal save every Monday, Wednesday and Friday mornings. Before we get you up to date with our striker situation, then as you can see, some information on Haaland, which we will talk about in a second. I am streaming live over on Twitch. Link is in the description down below. We're doing a save with Juventus, second season, trying to do something special with some Italian homegrown players in Serie A. We nearly got fired in season one. Feel free to come over on Twitch, drop me a follow there. We can chat a little bit about this Arsenal save as well while I'm live if you want to. Anything to do with your saves or just football in general, come over to Twitch. It's a good vibe. We get some decent conversations going on over there. But for the main part of today's episode, striker update and the Champions League draw ahead of a game against Manchester United. We'll catch up with the fixtures in a little bit, but this was the offer that we made for Erling Haaland. Potential of 142 million, 65 million up front with all of those add-ons. And I thought, if we were going to go big on the striker, let's go big on the biggest striker in world football. Borussia Dortmund accepted it, but then Haaland wanted about 400k. And we just couldn't stretch our wage budget to fit that in. So unfortunately, Haaland is just going to have to be a pipe dream that maybe we can come back to next summer or in future summers. We have brought someone in though, and I'm really happy with the way that he's performing so far. Welcome in then, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who on this year's Football Manager is an absolute menace. He's come in for a big fee, we'll talk about that in a second, but in 2 games so far, he's scored 2 goals, got 1 assist. He's been really impressive as our main central striker. Obviously, we've seen links to Arsenal potentially signing Calvert-Lewin in either the January transfer window or next summer. We brought that to Football Manager and he has come in and he's fitted like a glove. He's been performing really well as our main central striker. The fee then, 76 million up front, which is a huge amount, but it was the only amount that Everton were willing to listen to. But as you can see, from the start of the season, 4 goals in 5 games for Everton, 2 in 2 for us as well. He is currently the Premier League's top goal scorer. Anyone doing sort of a top league save, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is the guy to go for this year. All of his stats make him a really good option. Probably the best that I think we could have signed after Haaland. He's just fitted into this Premier League system fantastically. Looking at his physical attributes, he's incredibly quick. He's incredibly strong. His heading, with the way that Football Manager is being played at the minute, his heading is a key factor in a lot of his goals that we've been scoring. Obviously, there's been a patch recently to Football Manager 22, so we'll see if heading has been sort of nerfed a little bit. It was something that needed to be done, but remains to be seen just how powerful headers continue to be. His finishing is fantastic. His first touch is fantastic. He has been a brilliant signing for us so far. And he came in at a time where we have been on a decent run of form. Obviously, in the last episode was our first away game of the season, a 3-1 defeat to Manchester City. But since then, a win against Brentford 2-1, a 2-0 win against Wolves. A really surprising 3-0 victory over Liverpool at home, and a 2-0 win against Norwich. Seen us get our Premier League campaign back up and running. That 3-0 win against Liverpool was absolutely fantastic. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored on his debut as well. He absolutely terrorised the Liverpool defenders. We weren't very good. Looking at the stats here, see that Liverpool were arguably the better side. More possession. They had probably more chances in total that were clear cut in comparison to us. But the big thing was that Sadio Mane got injured in the 45th minute, and then after then their little bit of threat that they had in that first half became a little bit easy for us to handle, and we just managed to turn things around in this game. It was absolutely fantastic performance from us. Aubameyang, Calvert-Lewin and Gabriel with the goals. We need to keep this form up now ahead of the Manchester United fixture. Only 6 games have been played in the Premier League. Chelsea have won all 6. They're top with 18 points. Then it's us, Man City and Liverpool all tied on 15 points at the minute. And then Tottenham with 14. It's really, really close to start off the season. There's a lot of quality. Manchester United are in 7th. We play them after the Champions League draw, which we'll get to shortly. They're in 7th with 10 points, 2 defeats so far. So a win for them in this episode, and they could be right up there with us. We want to make sure that we don't want to get into that situation where we're allowing teams to close an early gap that we have managed to create. But first things first, it's the Champions League draw. Obviously, we finished in 3rd place in the Premier League last season, a really successful campaign for us. And the draw for the Champions League, we are seeded 2nd. So we're going to have a top seed, which will probably be a champion from one of the major nations. It will hopefully be someone a little bit easier. Looking at the first seeds, Porto would be good. Zenit would be good. Obviously, that will see us come up against Lacazette and come up against Granit Xhaka as well. Maybe a little bit of bad blood there. Ajax I wouldn't necessarily mind. Obviously, we can't draw Liverpool. I want us to avoid PSG at all costs. Real Madrid as well. So here's how things are looking after the first seeds have been drawn. I'm looking at Group F, Group B, Group D, Group G maybe, but Juventus will be tough. Let's get this draw started. 2nd seeds coming up. Borussia Dortmund I wouldn't necessarily mind, but Napoli have gone into Group A. Man United have drawn the easy one against Zenit. Thankfully we've avoided PSG, Barcelona, but we've not got Ajax. Porto, please? No. Is it going to be Juventus? It has to be, because we can't play against Liverpool. So we've been drawn in Group G with Juventus. Man United have got a tough draw now with Inter in their group. PSG, Barcelona, that's always going to be a tricky tie. Group D, Man City, Bayer Leverkusen, that's good. Who are we getting in ours? Lyon. Our group is looking early like the group of death here. Juventus and Lyon against Arsenal. Some big fixtures coming to the Emirates, which is fantastic, but I would have liked an easier passage through the group stages. Who will we get? Real Sociedad. We've definitely pulled the group of death here. Look at it here. Group G, Juventus, Arsenal, Lyon and Real Sociedad. I don't think that could have got much more difficult. Who else could we have got from the 3rd and 4th seeds? I think we've pulled the best one. Inter Milan. Well, no, we couldn't have got them because obviously they're 2nd seed with us and we've got Juventus. Bayer Leverkusen maybe, but I'd argue that Lyon are a better side than Bayer Leverkusen. That's a really, really tough draw. We're obviously going to aim to qualify, but if we get knocked out, it wouldn't be the most surprising. I hope not. We're going to aim to try and win the group. It will be tough because Juventus are a really, really good side this year. And Lyon, they've still got the likes of Aouar. Some of the other quality midfielders as well. We're going to have to keep wary of them. Manchester United then is the final game before the first international break of the season. Transfer deadline day comes after the Man United game, and I don't think we will be doing too much in terms of any more business. We've brought in our striker. We've brought in everyone else that we need to bring. Catch up on the last episode if you haven't seen who we have signed in the summer transfer window. I think we're set. I think we're good. I'm not sure we're ready for a title push this season, but an FA Cup run would be fantastic. I'll absolutely love to bring some Champions League football back to the Emirates again. So a top 4 campaign. I want to stay there now that we managed to qualify from season 1. We need to definitely make sure that we stay there and just keep building on what we created last season. We've got a good squad, all of the right profile ages, and we were playing some good football to end the season as well. So here we go then, away at Old Trafford. It's a big opportunity for us to create an 8-point gap to Manchester United. And even though it would only be 7 games in the season, that will be a huge, huge gap to overhaul. Some of the fixtures already, Chelsea have won 3-2 to stretch their lead at the top. Liverpool bounced back with a win against Wolves. One thing I didn't share with you, probably because I was living in a little bit of denial, Kylian Mbappe. He has signed for Liverpool, and safe to say he is making the Premier League his playground a little bit. 3 goals and 3 assists in his first 7 games. He played against us at the Emirates and he was quite a danger throughout, but that's part of the reason why we wanted to go for HAALAND. If we're going to compete with the likes of Liverpool, we need to get guaranteed goals. Unfortunately, that 400k a week in wages was a bit too much for us to stretch to, but Mbappe's in the Premier League. Fantastic news. Here we go then, as the Christmas lights are now up in the background. Here we've got back five that you are probably used to by now. Aaron Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel and Kieran Tierney on that left-hand side. Thomas Partey is the defensive midfielder with Nkunku and Szoboszlai in the midfield. Szoboszlai has been good in his first few games in the Premier League. He's got a few goals, got a few assists, so he's settled in quite well. Then our creative force with Ødegaard on that right-hand side. Aubameyang and Calvert-Lewin as our main goal threats up front. Here we go then, at Old Trafford, and they've not started the best, but look at that quality. Sancho, Rashford, Bruno and Ronaldo making up the front four. They've signed Yves Bissouma from Brighton, who obviously were relegated at the end of last season. That gives them a lot of balance in the midfield, especially partnering him with Pogba. Looking at them, they're in 7th in the table, we're up in 4th. A win would take us potentially above Liverpool, depending on the goal scored, maybe above Man City as well. But the key thing here is to get a good performance against Manchester United and pick up the 3 points, especially considering we were so poor at the Etihad in our first away game of the season. First highlight of the game then is a corner to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes whips it in and Pogba heads it just wide. 27 minutes gone. It's been a really nervy start to the game. We've not really done much of note, but we are dominating the possession. Hopefully we can create a chance or two before the end of the first half. As always then, here we go with our patient build-up. We don't mind knocking it around. Thomas, Szoboszlai, Ødegaard, all quality on the ball. We don't mind that, and getting our centre-backs involved in that first sort of phase of build-up. Szoboszlai plays in Calvert-Lewin, who should score. That should be getting at least on target. I think they've called it for offside, but it's a disappointing finish from Calvert-Lewin. Ødegaard intercepts the ball down this right-hand side. He can't create anything from it. It breaks down. Pogba in the midfield finds Sancho into Ronaldo. He won't miss those. He does. It's a fantastic save from Aaron Ramsdale. We needed that at a big time. Nearly the end of the first half. Going in behind would have been really poor from us, considering I think we've been the better side this first half, although the better chances have gone to Manchester United. We're going to count down the minutes here. There is another opportunity. I'd love us to get into half-time at 0-0 at the bare minimum. Don't see us taking the lead, but Bruno gets a shot off and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Just on the stroke of half time, we've done so well up until that point. Conceding at that minute, just disappointing. We do have a chance though to hit back before the end of the half. Ødegaard with the free kick, whips it in, and it's gone in. I thought De Gea had parried it over, but it's 1-1 before half time. I am incredibly surprised that De Gea had messed up that effort. Ødegaard whipped it. De Gea just half time then, and it is 1-1 at Old Trafford. I thought we were going in behind, but that Ødegaard free kick has been fantastic. I feel like we've been the better side. We're definitely controlling the possession. Chance wise, it's a bit even. First highlight of the second half does go to Manchester United. I'd love us to force them into a mistake high up the pitch. Maybe see if we can create a chance from it. But Sancho plays it over the top looking for Ronaldo, but Ben White is there. Can our centre-backs now create something or get us on the move forward? Looks likely. Ødegaard plays it to Calvert-Lewin. Can't really get control of the ball, and Tuanzebe sweeps up. Now Pogba, he plays a ball over the top and Cristiano Ronaldo is in. He missed the first chance and he's missed the second as well. I don't know how many more chances we can give Cristiano Ronaldo given how good he is. We're on the attack then, and Thomas Partey finds Szoboszlai in the midfield. Can we create a chance from this? Aubameyang's in. Szoboszlai with the assist. It's 2-1. This come from absolutely nothing. There was a little bit of a breakdown in the midfield, and Thomas Partey came away with the ball. It's now 2-1 to Arsenal, and Aubameyang slots it home. Looking at it here, Thomas Partey picks out a brilliant ball. Szoboszlai then plays it in between, who's that? Tuanzebe and Wan-Bissaka, and Aubameyang cuts in from that left channel, just as he's been doing all season so far, and fires it past De Gea. 2-1. I'm happy with that now in the second half. We just need to hang on. Corner to Manchester United in 70 minutes gone. Tuanzebe's there, trying to loop a header over. It just goes over the bar. Thought it might have looped over Aaron Ramsdale, but it goes over. We're going to make some changes then to try and hang on to this lead, and a lot of our players have given their everything in this game. Szoboszlai is going to come off, and we're going to bring on Sambi Lokonga in midfield. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop him as a deep line playmaker instead of a centre mid, just to try and give ourselves a little bit more structure. Thomas Partey's going to come in as the box-to-box mid, and we're going to bring on Kamara as the defensive midfielder, just to give us some more legs in the middle of the pitch. And Kieran Tierney is going to come off for Nuno Tavares. Yellow card. We don't want him getting sent off and potentially ruin things for us, leaving us vulnerable with 10 men. 20 or so minutes left. I want us to hold on to the win. It will be a fantastic victory if we do, especially considering the way we were poor against Manchester City. But highlights straight after some of the changes, and McTominay has a chance to get into the box. They're patient, just like us, and they've gone back to Harry Maguire, who finds Shaw on that left-hand side. We need to stop the ball coming in because Ronaldo is a threat. Ronaldo wins the header and it goes just over the bar. He beat Gabriel in the air, but those sort of chances I won't mind. As long as they're not clear-cut, I'm all right with that. Time ticking away, 4 minutes of stoppage time. Can we hang on? 1 minute left. Full time then. Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. That's a fantastic victory, especially considering the way we done it. We were on the back foot a lot of that second half, especially after taking the lead. But we should be absolutely proud of our efforts. We've won at Old Trafford. Fantastic performance from us to come away with a professional away win. Very happy with that. And we're back into, I think, at least the top 3. We'll take a look at the table in a second. We get absolutely relieved with that. Yeah, we're back up to 3rd, ahead of Liverpool. Fantastic performance from us then to come away from Old Trafford with a win. We might have been a little bit lucky, particularly with that Ødegaard goal, but we take those. Looking at the schedule then moving forward, there's an international break now. We're going to press on in the season, and I will probably bring you another episode for the away game in the Champions League against Juventus, and we'll probably make that a double header with the London derby against West Ham as well. I hope you've enjoyed the content. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for chilling with me once again. If you are enjoying the content, feel free to hit the like button down below. Check out the previous episodes in this series as well. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe as well. As I've said before, we are trying to hit 100 subscribers on the channel, and I'm really enjoying this Football Manager save with Arsenal. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan. Playing Football Manager is always fantastic. I'm hoping that that's coming across in the content as well. I'll see you for the next episode. Our first tie back in the Champions League in I don't even know how long, probably at least 5 to 6 seasons. Juventus away from home. That's going to be a special occasion. I'm looking forward to it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you for the next video.